welcome again to the Bunny Perspective. Last season, we tried a segment about documentary films called Docs You'll Docs You'll Dig? Anyway, the problem with talking about a doc is giving away too much. Unlike a fiction piece, documentaries are meant to pass on information. I'm not trying to be the Cliff Notes of the movies. I want you to go watch them. So in an effort to have enough content for a full episode, I've got 3 amazing docs you'll fuck. One is sad, one is about a joke, and one is both funny and inspiring. So without further ado, we're talking about Dear Zachary, The Aristocrats, and Beauty is Embarrassing. Right now.
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore.
Oh wait, documentaries, you'll like-umentary!
They moved along, they changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead and some have even grown a beard. I'm just a country.
First, we're talking about the MSNBC-produced documentary that is about the saddest thing I've ever seen, Dear Zachary, a letter to a son about a father.
Charismatic,
opinionated.
I'd have to point out he was short,
but he was a giant of a man.
Really a good storyteller.
He was completely selfless.
animated,
Kind.
I've seen very few films that after the first time I'm done watching it, I have to start it over and immediately re-watch it again. This is the most depressing time that has ever happened to me.
I'm
sad.
Why?
Oh, I'll tell you about it someday.
The movie's not all sadness, it's also pretty funny in places.
And it's $75 for turning your back on it. It's $150. But all right, tear up the check. I'll send you $150. So if you want to burn down Bay Roberts, it's $150.
But I'm not gonna lie, if you over-empathize with movies, you might want to skip this one. This is easily the saddest story I've ever heard, and it's even more tragic because it's real. And this all happened.
It sounds so easy, but it's hard when you're a genuine person who cares. He didn't know how to be a son of a bitch because he wasn't a son of a bitch.
So let me give you the basic idea. This documentary is about a friend of the film's director, Kurt, who was murdered by his ex-girlfriend. Allegedly. His name was Andrew, and he was a doctor.
Caring.
Devilish.
Laid back, very approachable.
Can I say things that are not like completely flattering and wonderful?
He had the capacity to have the worst possible gas.
And he'd be proud of that, yep.
He wasn't a saint. He was a hell of a guy.
As the documentary showed, he was a much-loved figure amongst his family and friends. There are a lot of people crying in this movie.
And,
It has the perfect use of visual and audio mixing to invoke emotions. It is about the best editing in a documentary I've ever seen. That putz Michael Moore wishes he had 1/8 of this guy's talent.
I can't tell you that, madam, he said, but you've got terrible news. I dialed this number that he'd given me, and it was a man, an irate man. The coroner's office was closed down. There's nothing he could do about it. You'd have to call back tomorrow morning. I called back to the Sunnyvale police station, so he gave me another number, and then I got through to Sergeant Krulak, and he said, your son is dead under suspicious circumstances. Have you got any idea why he was in the park? I said, my son is dead.
Anyway, enough sadness. Next is The Aristocrats, created and produced by Penn Jillette and Paul Provenza, and it's about the infamous joke told by comedian to comedian from the old vaudeville days.
It's crazy.
It's also the most offensive joke in history.
The husband, he plays chess with Timmy, and then the maid comes in with strawberries and whipped cream, and they all eat a nice dessert. And that's the act.
What would you call an act like that?
The cocksucking motherfuckers.
This documentary is both interesting historically.
It's the kind of joke that you love telling other comics. We would just tell them to each other, and it never had anything to do with our act.
It was this kind of thing that you would share with the musicians.
It just remained in the business, swirling round.
As it is hilarious stand-up comedian special.
No, I'm not necessarily. No.
Well, ask me. It's kind of important. This is...
Okay, what is their name?
The Aristocrats.
The what? The Aristocrats?
The Aristocrats. But you didn't think that was funny?
No.
Huh.
It includes the perfectly foul-mouthed Gilbert Gottfried.
Then the son starts blowing his father. You want me to start at the beginning?
The late, the great George Carlin.
I got an act for you. Where'd you hear this, Kisses? Tell me a little about it. What's the act? He says, my wife and I come out on stage. I've taking a lot of medicine.
And of course, Bob fucking Saget.
Slamming his dick in the drawer, just flattens it right out like a bookmark, and then just starts smacking his kids with it, flicks them like a wet towel at the gym.
Personally, I like Stephen Wright's retelling.
You're my precious angels, and everything is so nice and smiling. Then the father gets up and he leaves again, and he comes back, and he's got a big bottle of whiskey and a baseball bat.
And Kevin Pollak's as told by Christopher Walken.
Man comes in, says to my uncle, I think I might have the act that you're looking for. It involves my whole family. My uncle stopped him and said, it's crazy.
Basically, if you've never heard of this joke before, it explains it and gives examples. In fact, you can watch this documentary online for free and learn all about it. See, this joke is what I call a journey joke. A joke that's punchline isn't nearly as important as the setup. If you want another example that's much less blue, go check out my YouTube channel to see an example told by me. The Aristocrats is about wallowing in the mud, being as disgusting and offensive as humanly possible.
Do they actually eat shit at any point during the act?
Oh, absolutely.
I've heard shitting and eating it.
She reaches into the back of Grandpa's diapers, pulls out a ball of shit, starts eating it like an apple.
Sarah Silverman's is pretty disturbing, actually.
Joe Franklin raped me.
Anyway, you got no excuse. It's online and you can watch it for free. Just punch in The Aristocrats into Bing and search that shit. Last but best is...
Beauty is embarrassing.
He just says it a lot cooler than I do.
Tell you what, I'll tell you later.
This documentary is about the life, art, and career of Wayne White. This is a guy that made a very big impact on pop culture, and you never even knew his fucking name.
Here's my man, Dirty Dog.
Hey, Pee-wee, what do you say? I'm smoking cigarettes nearly every day.
Me either before this doc. He did the puppets on Pee-wee's. He's worked on many music videos, including Tonight Tonight by the Smashing Pumpkins.
That's what got me my trip to the MTV Video Awards in 1997, where I was ignored like a leprous nerd.
And chances are, if there was a weird, cool 90s puppet thing, he had his fingers on it.
I had done a 5-minute puppet film for MTV's Liquid Television series. It was a thing called Bill and Willis.
Wayne is an artist, puppeteer, puppet maker, animator, illustrator, set designer, art director, and much, much more madness.
There's a lot of people in the art world with sticks up their butts. And if you meet somebody like that, all you gotta do is say, I'll smash this painting over your fucking head.
He is very funny and at the same time incredibly insightful. I don't think Wayne takes it all too seriously. I think he manages to make smart humor without making pretentious comedy, even if it hangs on a gallery wall.
You know, my mission is to bring humor into fine art. And that sounds kind of silly, I know, but I really do. I want to bring humor, and I mean real humor, funny stuff, not art world funny, real world funny.
The documentary exhibits his talks, which are pretty funny and very inspiring. What's a brother got to do to get this guy on a TED Talk?
I make pictures, like this one. It's called Picasso's Ass Falling Off.
The film also shows off his most recent art, and specifically the word paintings.
This is called Fuck You Invasion.
I love these paintings. They're hilarious and witty. I think you can be crude and smart at the same time. And I agree with Wayne. Laughter is a powerful thing.
Young George Washington's dream. And for some reason, this is about two wolf men fighting in a room with historical paintings hanging in it. I'm not sure what that means. Wolfman, I don't know.
This is a must-own for writers, artists, cartoonists, and humorists. Very inspiring and entertaining. So go to beautyisembarrassing.com and spend $10 and buy the movie. It supports the filmmakers and they let you download DMC-free copies in many resolutions, including 1080. Bitches. Well, there you have it. 3 documentaries that'll make your life better and make your brain smarter after watching them. Most of these movies are easy enough to find streaming for free or next to nothing. But even better, go buy these DVDs. Even better, you could buy the DVDs. And why not? You're gonna wanna watch them over and over again. Oh, and you're welcome. check out our newest episode of Gorgasm, which has nothing to do with the aristocrats. Watch our new Let's Play series featuring the cast aboard Cocky and friends playing board games and card games like Munchkin, Settlers of Catan, and Cards Against Humanity. And don't forget to love this video and like all that other shit on YouTube. We're on Shampacalypse now. Go over there and leave a comment. And also watch the other guys' stuff too. They do good work. And lastly, there's some exclusive YouTube content over on my YouTube page. A vlog style show that we're calling the Bunny Per Sermon. So help me stack them papers to the fucking ceiling, you guys. Internet money! Internet money! Gotta get me some internet money! Shut up, dragon!
Mo bovine.